All right. What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? I was just out playing musical chairs with the vehicles, getting the truck ready to go towards the back of the house so I can sneak out here without having to move my wife's car. So I got that put together. And yeah, so let's see here. All right, what's going on? Chris James, what's going on, sir? Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Jimmy, looks like we're running late. Yeah, just a few minutes late here. Sorry about that. Trying to stay on track here, trying to stay on time, but I got caught up a little bit. Let's see. Sean, hello, Daniel. How we doing? How we doing? Glad to have you. Awesome, awesome. Seeing people trickle in here. Quick question for you all. Where are you headed to on this next Monday, tomorrow? Where are you guys headed to around the country? I'm headed to, my first load is just going to be a short one. If you were on the Fairwinds live earlier this afternoon, I kind of mentioned on there that I am headed to Kentucky. Really nice pay rate. And it is definitely a shorter run, but I just figured, man, just trying to get the best pay rate per mile. There was a few actual other ones that were around the same because there were so few loads on the board at that time. There was some slightly longer loads than this Kentucky run, and then the pay was lower. The pay rate was lower. And so I did the math. I'm like, I'm literally going to have to drive 160 miles more loaded and unloaded. So 120 miles. So that's over 2 hours of drive time. And yet I'm going to be paid like $5 less to do this Kentucky run instead of this other one. So I'm just like, man, no brainer. I'm going to do this Kentucky run. A lot better pay. So yeah, let's see. Herb, when he shows, it's showtime. Yep, try to be here. When I say I'm going to be here 8:15, try to stay true to my word. But yeah, I got a little caught up today, or just a little bit ago, playing musical chairs with the vehicles, so that I can leave earlier in the morning when I go out to head up to Goshen. The wife, she'll be leaving at 7:30, 7:45. So hopefully if I wake up on time, I won't even be there. I'll be gone and be on my way making it happen. So yeah. Let's see here. I give props to everyone that lives up here near Indiana. Yeah, it's the deal up here, man. We've got the crazy weather. We've got the bipolar weather. Things can change on a dime. It's just really weird. Where I'm at in Indiana, we do get some of the lake effect stuff. Not too bad, but yeah. James Porter, what's going on? Hey, good evening. How we doing? Tim Freeman, how we doing? Howdy. Chris Holiday, hello all. What's going on? Let's see. White Barn Farms Transport. Are you guys running IRP tags if you are under 26,000 pounds or just commercial tags? So we are not. I'm not. I just have my regular truck, and it's my truck tag with 26,000 pound GVWR. That is the deal for me. Chris James heading to Tennessee tomorrow. Weather permitting, letting Team RV decide for me. Gotcha. Okay, good deal. Carl, midweek will be good. Stay close to home to see how things shake out. Gotcha. I understand what you're talking about. Oh, dear. Magna News, what's up? What's going on? Glad to have you. So hello everybody, James Porter. I'll be picking up one to Georgia in the morning. Gotcha. Sweet little run there. Steven, who works on your truck? This guy does. I've done pretty much all the maintenance, all the, easy to medium size repairs or replacements. I am not a mechanic. I have had to learn as I go. I've had to buy tools as I've gone and learned things from YouTube. I've had to piece. The thing is about YouTube, people can be as specific or as vague as they want to on YouTube, and it's their choice to, because it's their video and they do what they want. But what that usually means for me and probably you is that when you go watch their video, you're like, okay, well, they gave like 3 out of the 6 steps, and I have no idea what else happened. And I've never done it before. When you've never done something before, it's a little hard just to have that confidence to go forward and just do it. So I've literally had to piece videos together to almost kind of guesstimate this is how it's supposed to go, piecing things, and just getting my hands dirty, buying tools as I go. So yeah, I'm the one who works on my truck. I would love to be able to have somebody who I could consistently depend on where I'm at, where I'm, if they were in my neck of the woods or anywhere near where I'm at, but I don't really have that right now. So yeah, I would rather than just somebody doing something on my truck, I'd rather them teach me so then I can do it again the next time it blows up or whatever it is. So then I can teach you and I can go stupidly step by step to be an actual help to you if you have, my truck or whatever. So, yeah. Let's see. Tim, we are starting to snow in Georgia. Oh dear. Oh me, oh mine. White Barns Farm, thank you for the info. Absolutely, absolutely. Stephen Mumford, LOL. Yep. Hi, Daniel. Thanks again for the phone call and all the info. Glad to help, David. Anytime I can, please let me know, guys. Go to the website and go to the phone consultation thingy and fill out a time to talk with me. If I don't approve the phone conversation immediately, just be patient with me. I will definitely get back to you as soon as I can. I will be out on the road. A lot more coming forward. I've tried to be home more this first month of being married. It'll be a month on the 20th. So I'll be out on the road more, but I really wanted to be home. Wanted to get things done around the house and kind of set things up and just be home with my wife. So yeah. What are we doing? Back to North Carolina. Richard Lewis. Gotcha. On my way to California. Okay. California, North Carolina. Going all over the place, guys. Very good. Steve, does Synergy and other companies pay fuel surcharge when diesel fuel goes up? Steve, great question. So the answer to that is yes, but delayed. I would say it takes weeks or maybe months, maybe a whole season of the year before they actually catch up to if it increases like it has several times over the last 5 years. It's a matter of, I would say, months before they raise the pay rate. Likewise, and I would assume maybe a little quicker than vice versa, when the fuel drops, when we go from paying $2.75 or $2.80 a gallon, on average around the country, or at least where I'm at, and it drops down to $2.25. It takes some time for, apparently the manufacturers or the transport companies to make that correction and then lower the pay. The truth is, if none of us took loads, the prices would go higher because the demand for getting these trailers out would increase, but the supply of drivers would have decreased. And so when it comes down to the actual price, it's very interesting how people say, well, we're not getting paid enough, and I'm not saying that you are or whatever, but I'm just saying when prices do go up and down, or especially when they go down, people say, oh, this is terrible. Well, then stop taking loads. If enough of us stop taking loads, they're going to become desperate and more desperate. We set the tone, and if all the loads are taken off the load board, guess what? The market says that we are able to meet that demand, and so they don't have to raise their fuel prices or raise the pay, for the fuel or any of that stuff. So that's just kind of how it goes. Sean, I took my first load this week, 33-foot travel trailer. It was rejected by the dealer. Wow. For manufacturer issues on the interior. Gotcha. Have you ran into that very often? I believe that's happened one time to me over the last 5 years. Some dealers can be more pickier than others, I guess. All trailers, they slap those things out so fast. I mean, I've seen whole axles fall off. I've seen pictures of just craziness, slide outs falling off on the side of the road. I mean, it's madness. And so the idea of it being turned away, for interior damage, that's no shocker. I mean, every time I deliver one, usually the person who's checking in the trailer is just shaking their head, going, "Oh my word!" And they're writing a book for all the issues. So completely being turned away, it's come close, maybe a handful of times. Actually being turned away from myself, just one time, where the dealer said, "This is a bridge too far. I ain't doing it. This is crazy." So yeah. It was 90 degrees here in Southern California. Oh my word, Kenneth, it is snowing outside right now. I hate you. Not really. Oh dear. Bill, what's going on? Congrats. Thanks so much. Yep. Probably talking about being married and everything. So yeah, having a good time here, but we do need to start paying more bills and getting going on the road. So it's been great being here being at home with my wife, taking care of stuff, getting stuff done. The house almost looks like a real house, not just a storage facility. But man, just great to have this time. But we do have to pay bills. So let's see. I'm jealous it's snowing hard here in Goshen right now. Gotcha, Chris. Man. I'm feeling it with you, but I am going to be in my own bed tonight, so I feel like I'm cheating the system right now. But slow momentum, what's going on? Glad to have you here, sir. Glad to see you. All right, Kenneth. I wish I was there with you, Chris. All right. Hey, what's going on? Let's see. 39 in the house. Oh man, yeah. All right. Let's see. Pro Charge Mopar, what's going on? All right. Kenneth, I'm working on a blood pressure problem. I'm trying not to look at diesel prices here. Dear. Hey, man, auxiliary fuel tank. Make it to the land of the living somewhere else and bring it back. Man, that's got to be wild over there. Chris James, just curious, if a dealer turns a unit away, do you get paid for the trip back, or are you out of luck on expenses? Chris, great question. Maybe I should make a video about that. Pretty self-explanatory, or maybe it's not for new drivers. But so if you drop – I'm sorry, that was really loud. If you get a trailer that is denied, it's rejected, technically you didn't sign up for taking that trailer back loaded. If you had plans to go visit your little old grandma somewhere 30 minutes away, you can go and you can say, yeah, I'm not taking it. Somebody else can come get this thing by. You could do that. I've come close to doing that. I think the one time it's been so long ago, but it's you are not out of luck. You will get paid if you do take it. You're not forced to do anything. That's the name of the game. First of all, it is your choice if you want to take that trailer back to Indiana. If you want, if you do, it'll be paid the backhaul rate, not the regular rate. Which I know people get pretty fired up about the different rates. You're getting paid one rate to bring it, and then getting paid another rate to bring it back to Indiana, and that's considered a backhaul. If every haul is a haul, then why is it less money for a backhaul? So, without going into an absolute slobbering fit, I'll just say that for us, we would get paid the lower rate. Maybe there's some room to negotiate. Say, hey, I don't want to do this at all. If you want me to do it, you need to make it worth my while to bring it back home. Otherwise, I'm leaving it here. You don't have to bring it back home. Somebody else can pick it up, and that's Synergy or who else's problem to deal with. That's just how it is. Maybe it would be the much nicer thing for you to just say, yes, of course, but you do what you got to do. If you have other plans, you got other plans. I got to tell you, I'm planning on, because of, long story short, getting married earlier on than we anticipated. We took off the 30th through the 7th for my wife's work. We're going to be hopefully taking a load going south for our week-long honeymoon. And I got to tell you, if they reject the trailer at the dealership where I deliver at, wherever it's going to be at, hopefully we can even get one going south closer to where we're wanting to go. If they reject the trailer, guess what? I ain't bringing it to where we're going, and I'm not bringing it back to Indiana, at least at that time. Maybe we'll bring it back at the end of the whole week, but it's not going to happen on their schedule. It's going to be on my schedule, if anything. So, yeah. Carl, let's see. Gas diesel prices have shot up in the last 6 weeks. They're going to go lots higher. I believe it, Carl. Who is being put into office is against our whole industry, essentially, with our diesel. And so it is bad news, Biden, whatever you want to say, in this regard. And it ain't going to be pretty. So, yeah. Let's see. Slow momentum. Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it so much. And you're headed to Louisiana now. Gotcha. Did you get a load to there, or are you headed back home, or how did that work out for you? Let's see, Tim. What is the worst state you've entered into and had to deal with DOT? Because I don't go out real far west. That I haven't in a long time, to be honest. Maybe it's an unfair question for me to answer, but I would say the most annoying state with DOT is, I don't know. I would say Tennessee on the way down to Nashville, or in Illinois before you get to St. Louis. Those two way stations. The one right before you're like within eye shot, distance of it. Those two, the one right before St. Louis and the one right before you hit Nashville. Those two way stations are always open when I go through, and they're always, ready to go. I don't know how many inspections I've had going through there. It's been plenty. It's just annoying. I've always passed. It's always been fine, but they take a lot longer than other places have in the past, and it's just kind of a headache. So I guess those two specific way stations, I would say Illinois if I had to say a state, not just a specific way station, Illinois has been the most annoying, I guess, for me. Let's see. Hit the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Slow momentum. Yeah, guys, go check out his channel as well. He's an RV transporter. He talks about it as well. So go ahead and check him out. Subscribe to him as well. Sean, I was rerouted to a different dealer at the same rate. There you go. Okay. I think I had that happen. It wasn't, I think it was in California. And I showed up to a place and they said, oh, you've got to go to our other lot or our sister company or something or other like that. And I'm like, okay, so who's paying for that? And they're like, oh, well, we just needed you to do this for us. No, I can drop it right here and I can head home because this is the place where my paperwork says I'm supposed to go, this address. I'm not obligated to go anywhere else. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just telling you, I'm not doing this for free. It's my truck, my wear and tear, my fuel. If you wanted it to go somewhere else, someone somewhere somehow should have put that address on there. I am all for, I hope you guys know and, kind of see my heart. I'm always all for going above and beyond, trying to be a help. That's the name of my dumb channel, trying to be a helper. I want to be a helper, but I'm also not wanting to be a sucker. At the same time, there's a balance, and I think that's a fair thing to want to be balanced in this. So I will absolutely accommodate you. I will waste my time here waiting for you to get the confirmation to send me over to a different place. Fine. But I'm going to be paid to go there. And so I think at that time I called Synergy and said, hey, they say it should go somewhere else. I was only paid to go here. If I do this, I'm going to be paid to go here and then from here to there. And Synergy kind of beat around the bush for a little bit. And I just said, I don't know what to tell. I will drop this thing right here and go home if I need to. I'm not really concerned about it. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm delivering it to the location you provided for me. And so they said, okay, we'll pay you to go from where you're at to that other place. I think it was like 30 or 40 miles in the California traffic, which was a nightmare and probably still not even worth it. But if I'm going to do all of that, even extra for you, I'm going to be paid for those miles. So not trying to be a jerk. But I'm also not going to be a sucker and going along with that. So very, very, I mean, that's literally happened one time in 5 years. So, if that ever happened to you, I would encourage you, stick to your guns, be fair, be willing to be flexible with them. I think you've got to be pretty flexible in this industry already as a whole, but in this industry, you need to be paid for every mile that you drive loaded. That's just how it is. And you need to have a complete separate BOL to go there as well, because legally you're going to this location, but you're going away from that location. You're going to need a second BOL to be able to get you from that first drop off that you were supposed to, but you couldn't, and then get you to that second place where they really wanted you. So that happened as well. I got a BOL that I printed off. So before we completely get lagged behind here, Lewis, hey, thank you so much for that donation. Appreciate it, guys. Both you and Slow Momentum. Appreciate it. And thanks so much. Austin, have you had to replace your seat in your Dodge? I have 207 with needs to seat, and my 2011 is getting worse pretty bad. Austin, words cannot describe the pain. I gotta tell you, the pain that my seat has caused me. It hurts my back. It's not just the seat cushion; it's the back as well. It's dead. 5 years of me sitting on it. I'm a big dude. I don't know if even a small person, it probably would wear out the seat. It's just a lot of hours, a lot of bumps, and from time to time my back gets messed up from it. So yes, my 2012 truck, the seat is falling apart. The left side is blown out. I shoved a you know those little noodles that the kids play with in the pool. I shoved one of those foam noodles into the hole of the seat to try to cushion it. It absolutely failed. It did not work. It was just it's dead. Not good. So, anyways, yeah, I am going to be replacing that seat in the near future. It does if I'm going to be replacing that seat, I want it to be a quality seat, which means significant amount of money. So someone has actually already donated money. They one of you guys, one of my subscribers, they didn't want to be named, but they wanted to donate to my seat fund, and so they put money towards that. I'm still saving up money for that seat to be able to buy that. There's a few places that I've been looking at. Eventually will share who I'm going to go with for ordering my seat, what seat I'm going to be getting, and getting it all set up and installed. But yeah, so that is coming down the road. But yeah, I definitely understand the Dodge seats are garbage, absolute garbage. My Ford, obviously, it's no longer with us. My '05 Ford that blew up right when I started this job. It was, man, I felt like I was sitting on a cloud. It was incredible. The Ford seats, I mean, just amazing. It was great. Do you have to log when you are empty going to pick up? Yes. You are for hire, commercially driving, getting you are on the way to get paid, and so you are a commercial driver for hire at that point. Even though you are empty, so you do have to log every mile from when you get dispatched when you are heading towards that load. So yes, I do. Slow momentum, delivered California, then met up with YouTube friends. Very good. Course for a few days, now headed home to feed the chickens. I got you. Very good. Very good. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Chris James. Yes, I agree with the one going into Tennessee. Just had a level 1 inspection on Thursday morning. Gotcha. Yeah, for whatever reason, they nail me every time. I make plans to visit my brother from time to time who lives in Tennessee, who lives in Nashville. And there's been times where I'm like, well, I'm going to be a little bit late because I've got a level 1. I'll see you when I see you. So, yeah, definitely feel you on that. Austin, seems like every time I go through the one before Nashville, there's always an RV hauler in there. They really like us, guys. I don't know what else to say. We're an easy target. There's so many of us taking that route, taking 65 down. It just happens, I guess. I don't know. The guy was pretty cool, it seemed like. Gotcha. Oh, about your Thursday. Gotcha. I'm slow. I'm connecting the dots here. I log everything except local miles where I'm at the time. Yep, same here. Slow momentum. With you. Let's see. Seth just passed written test at license branch and got permit. Then where do you do the actual drive test? If you're talking about the drive test for the company, then that's going to be at your company lot. If you're talking about getting your CDL, the actual drive test for your CDL, that would have to be at I would assume, I don't have a CDL, so I don't know for sure, but when I got my CDLB, because I was a school bus driver for a couple years, I had to go to a school and got tested by one of their instructors, whatever, for the actual test to be able to do that. So if that's what you're asking, I would assume an actual CDL test place to do that. But if you're just saying for an actual company, oh wait, you said said I'm in Indiana. Okay. Yeah. If do you know if Indiana is one of the states that will let you do it with a 1-ton? Seth, I don't think so. I think you actually have to, if you're getting your CDLA, you have to have it in an actual semi, and you would have to pay a certain amount of money to use their semi and get tested by one of their people to be able to sign off on your CDLA. That's what I had to do for my CDLB. I had to be tested in my county. It was a county school corporation, and we had to take our school bus to the testing site and be tested by one of their people. I had to do a full, pre-trip inspection, bleed the air brakes, everything for a CDLB. Let's see here. Paul want to know whether they like DOT inspections on RV haulers is because they have to do so many inspections a week, and RV transport trucks are far easier than a tractor trailer. I believe that, Paul. Absolutely. Absolutely. ProCharge Mopar, only 200-ish for a new foam pad and leather seat cushion cover. Yeah, that's definitely an option to do. For me, I'm wanting to go a little bit more spoiled, and that's just up to us to choose from. But yeah, definitely an option. You can do that. Let's see. Slow momentum. Seth got a fun test party site. You can tell you. Gotcha. Yeah, slow momentum. Ask the DMV or BMV, whatever. BMV in Indiana here, but yeah. Carl, Gino's Garage has replaced cushions that has great reviews. Yeah, Carl, I really, if I just replace the cushion, I feel like I still wouldn't be happy, or I want to get a certain one, and I'll eventually share it with you guys. But there's a particular seat that I'm looking at that I've looked at for actually years now that I'm wanting to get, and then you can add upgrades to it. And that seat is going to come with me whether the truck gets totaled or anything else. I'm bringing that puppy with me. So that seat's going to be with me for a very long time. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm interested to move into the tow and haul. Any tips? Get more information about that. So, Lewis, I believe I will have some information going forward. I know of a few people who are in the haul and tow or are getting into that. So in the near future, I can give you information on that. I don't know if I can now off the top of my head. Sorry. Tim, what's the name of the company you found them seats? You're right, Dodge seat, kill your back. Tim, so the one place that I'll just share this. There was one place that I found, I believe, in the Goshen area, and there's I believe there's a few custom seat makers in the Goshen area, Elkhart area, that you can find. I wanted to find a place that would work with me to where I could get you guys an actual discount. That I could find a company that would work with me to be able to do that, and that I would actually feel comfortable sending you guys to. With my, they actually did a good job for me, whatever. They basically didn't care at all, and were like, yeah, we're not going to do anything at all. So, okay. I also called a couple different times. They didn't remember who I was. I said I spoke with so-and-so, and they said, oh, we haven't heard from him in a little while. He was very strange. So I don't really want to give you bad advice, send you to a place that doesn't remember the person who they've been talking to. They gave me two different prices, and I'm like, well, what? For the same exact, it was strange to me. So I don't really feel comfortable sending you to a place that's going to kind of throw you around like that. Not really happy with them. So let's see. Hey, Daniel, I was always told to call and confirm the address with the dealer. Your delivery is too long with time. Where it goes here, the dealer. Your thoughts? Absolutely. You always need to call and confirm. Make sure they are going to be open that day. That is the correct address. All of those things. But even then, when you show up, you're the person who you talk to on the phone is generally not the person who you talk to or who you're going to talk to when you're on the lot. And what they say on the lot is going to be the law. So you can still get thrown around a little bit after confirming everything on the phone. Let's see, Michael. What's going on? Multiples for synergy. First run is to California. Love it so far. Not a ComData fan. Just saying, yeah, Michael. I understand that, but that's awesome that you're with Synergy and got your first run. That's very cool. Congratulations. Have you tried DriveWise for the way stations in Illinois, Tennessee, or any of them? I have not. Is DriveWise an app to tell you whether they're open or closed, or is that a app to be able to bypass or something? I don't actually know what that is, so sorry about that. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I definitely haven't tried it because I don't know what it is. I'm definitely I've had some. Oh, okay. Austin says DriveWise bypasses me a lot in Tennessee. Okay. So that's apparently, yeah. I don't have, actually works like an Easy Pass. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So I don't have that. Sounds like that would be a helpful thing though. I'll have to look into that. In Utah, you can get tested in your F-350. Oh, wow. Or 300-ton truck, but you will get a limitation on your Class A, saying you can't drive an actual semi, but it will still have higher qualifications. Wow, Jimmy, very cool. Did not know that. Man. So I'm just curious, Jimmy, does that mean you can still haul the certain weight, but just not in an actual semi with air brakes? Or with hazardous stuff or any of those things. That's pretty neat. Transport Bandits, what's going on? First week of transferring down, went to Oregon. Wow, very good. Next, Kansas. So far, so good. Awesome to hear. Awesome, guys. Happy for you. Guys, go ahead and check out Transport Bandits. They just started their YouTube channel, and they're with Synergy as well. And they're just kind of going through documenting their journey as well in the RV transporting industry. And yeah, so awesome. Go check them out. Carl, as much time as we spend in those seats, don't blame you for not cheaping. Your body will thank you, especially 10 years from now. I'm just saying, Carl. Man, it's one of those things, a good seat. I'll just say this. I used to cheap out on basically everything that I buy. I cheaped out on truck parts, from my shoes, my bed, pretty much anything. I've been a cheapskate most of my life, and it just feels dirty to spend a lot more money for the same thing when I could get it cheaper from somewhere else. But the longevity of items, and the quality along the ride, I used to buy like Walmart shoes. I still have a few pairs of Walmart shoes that I wear rarely. But your shoes, your chair, and your bed, you're going to be on one of them all the time. And I just feel like it's so important to have a good set of all of those. It's just too valuable when you are out working, when you're doing stuff. You need good rest. You need to not feel like you're in a dungeon, you're in a prison on pins and needles in your truck. And that's how I still feel after all these years. It's getting worse and worse, and it's harder for me to want to go out on the road for another trip and another trip, because I'm just like, man, my back, if I don't stretch, if I don't get out fairly consistently, I'm in pain, like for real. And I come home and I'm like, somebody punch me, please. Crack the ice. My back's, it's locked up. So, yep. Let's see. Austin, daydream about nice things. Be safe. Everybody got to run. All right. Have a safe trip out there. Be safe. Michael, do you use Easy Pass? Michael, I have not for almost 5 years. I am getting it. I just ordered it just the other day. It'll be here in 7 to 10 days. I'll probably do a video talking about it, why I'm going over to the Easy Pass. But yeah, it's finally time. I'm probably the only jerk out there who hasn't had it, and it feels that way. But I'm definitely going to be doing that for all those tolls and stuff. So let's see. Lewis, thank you for the info. I will send you an email. Okay, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and send me an email. Hope I can help. Jimmy, yes, it allows you a higher weight, but still according to the gross viewability of your truck. Gotcha, Jimmy. That is awesome. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course. I guess you're not going to put a 50,000 pound, or maybe you could. I guess depending on the truck. Yeah, maxing out the truck. But yeah, awesome. That's very cool. Chris James, you get a 30-day trial with driveways. I just downloaded it. I'll set it up tomorrow when I get my placards out of the box. Does anybody know how much the DriveWise does cost per month? Is that can anybody give a short little paragraph review of the DriveWise? How much it costs? Is it worth it? How many times do you actually get bypassed? How does that work for you? Transport Bandits, have you been by the office to pick up your personalized picture we left for you yet? We left it with Judy. If you haven't yet, I will be going there tomorrow morning and picking it up. So I will definitely be getting that soon here. Thank you again, Transport Bandits. I told my wife about it. She's super happy about it, super pumped, excited about it, curious what it's going to be. So, yeah, we're going to get that tomorrow. I'll be probably early morning there, hopefully. And that'll definitely be making it into the next vlog that I'll be doing for tomorrow. So, yeah, stay tuned. It will be it'll be on my next video here, or next or second next video. Let's see here. Matt, have you had any dealers gripe about the angle of trailer while you towed it? The angle of trailer. Matt, could you explain that a little bit? I'm a little slow about the angle of trailer while you towed it. Oh. Okay, I'm with you. Sorry. If you're talking about the position of your hitch versus how it's being towed, is it if this is your truck and this is the trailer, is it kind of nose down, squatting, or is it too high up? If you're talking about that, the angle of the trailer. Now that I think I'm with you. No, I've never had that. I've never had somebody say you should have had that higher or lower. I've never had anybody say anything at all. The only thing they say at the dealerships would be, hey, you didn't park this where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be over here. That's occasionally happened. Other times that's really about it. So I've been yelled at, don't drop it until we go through it. But most places say, go, start unhooking, just leave the power on for me to to go through the interior and go through all the power stuff. But no, as far as the angle of the trailer, never had that at all. Just every time I go, I call multiple times throughout the trip, but I'll call 30 minutes, 15 minutes somewhere, but in between there, before I get to the dealership. As soon as I get there, I will say, or before I get there, I'll say, is there any specific place you want me to park? If I can't remember how many entrances there are, I'll say, is there one or more entrances? If so, which one would you like me to go to? And is there a certain place you want me to park? They'll generally kind of be like, oh, well, I didn't think about this. Whoever I'm talking to on the phone, so they'll eventually spit out, oh, well, we only have one entrance, and just go off to the left or go off to the right, or there's some bays to go into, or some lines near the service department or whatever, and just park there. And so, no big deal. So that's the really only thing that I've ever had, people yell at me or pout about. Let's see. Kenneth, how often do dealers reject loads brought to them? Kenneth, I already answered this a little earlier, but that's fine. I've had one rejection in 5 years. Maybe that's different for other people. If anybody else has had more than one, maybe put it out in the comments. Yeah, I've only had one rejection in 5 years. The interior is usually the thing that there's so many issues. Things are falling apart. They just say it's not even worth our time. It's an absolute headache. Or if it's a smaller dealership and they don't have the ability to take on such a big headache, or they don't have the manpower or whatever, they'll reject it. Then I've heard of that as well. So it's not very often, very few and far between. Yeah, they still can and will reject it at times. Catch y'all later. Come see me. Yeah, guys, go check out Slow Momentum as well. He goes live. He's still doing RV transport as well. So yeah, check him out. Be safe on the road, man. John Boyle, what's going on, sir? Daniel, love you, brother. Thanks for all the help you give on both channels. And how's it here? You saying wife? Awesome. God bless. Hope to see you soon, man. I'm ready to come see you. Come visit with you. I know last time didn't work out, so hopefully we can get together soon. Get down to Oklahoma. So yeah, great to see you on here, man. Let's see, George. Do you spend every night away on your runs? Spend every night away on your runs. If you're asking every trip that I do I always do longer trips? They're required to be, away overnight. No. For me, I do take some shorter runs. There's a few certain runs that I like to do that really my house, Synergy, and then I guess it's not in the middle exactly, but yeah, not at all actually. But St. Louis, with the amount of hours and miles in one day, I can pull off going up. Excuse me. I can pull off going up to Synergy, bringing it back. And generally what I would do is I go pick it up one day, bring it back to where I live. It's a very, very short day to be able to do that. Excuse me. And then I would go from my home to St. Louis, and it's like exactly 300 miles from where I've delivered to in St. Louis area. So 600 miles round trip, a little bit more than that. A full day, and I'm home sleeping in my bed at night, and it's just a beautiful thing. Being closer to Synergy allows me to I get to cheat a little bit with being able to sleep in my own bed at night sometimes, not, being so far away like many of you guys are, 500, 1,000 miles or more away. depending on where you're at. So yeah, if that was your question, then yeah. Not every night I'm actually sleeping in my truck. Sometimes I'll bring the trailer home. I'll park it in my driveway. The longest I've been able to fit in my driveway so far, and I haven't had to like find another place for it yet. I was able to park a 36-foot travel trailer in my driveway. Took up the whole driveway. My neighbors aren't super pumped about it. But I make it work, and I've never hit anything, and I'm very slow and cautious. So we just make it happen. Let's see here. White Barns Farms Transport. Got to go as always. You're a big help. I'm getting into the transport business in February. You have been a big help. Have an awesome night. Thanks so much, White Barn Farms. Congratulations on getting into the transporting industry, and glad I can help. If I can do anything more, if you want to talk on the phone, let me know. Anything I can do to answer questions, if I have the answers. Have a good night. Chris James, does Ryder still travel with you now? Great question, Chris. So what is going to be changing now that well, I guess it's just the nitty-gritty information, but my wife's apartment where she lived was close enough for her to come home on her lunch break to take care of Bella, the Brindle boxer who has slept on the bed here in the last couple of videos. And now our house is too far away for her to make it back and forth during the lunchtime to be able to there we go. To make that happen, to let Bella out. Bella has the bladder the size of a pea, and so therefore she goes pee where she should not. And so that's been a headache in the past. So basically the new plan is, depending on the load, depending on what's happening, I'll be taking her with me on the road, leaving Ryder here. Ryder can survive for hours and hours and hours without letting himself go on the floor. But also because we're getting married, I wanted my wife to not have to work as late. So she's going to be getting off earlier in the day. And so the likelihood of Bella being able to survive till then, rather than sometimes much, much later in the evening, I think we'll be able to I'll be able to, alternate dogs from 1 week to the next, just depending on how it works out. But yeah, definitely Ryder. He's still going to be with me on the road at times, but probably leave one dog here with Kara, and it won't be a full crew in the truck when I'm out on the road. Works like they only web space stations. Okay, gotcha. About the Easy Pass and DriveWise. What's happening? Little Wolf Movement. What's happening, brother? Stay safe on the road, my brother. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Little Wolf. Appreciate it, man. Hope you have a good one as well. Yeah, let's see here. Sean, parking with the tractor trailers when staying overnight at truck stops. Have you had any issues? So usually I do. If I don't go to a Walmart, I'm most likely at a actual truck stop. The earlier the better. After, I don't know, 7, 8 p.m. depending. And it might vary during the winter because of drivers wanting to be up even earlier and going to bed earlier so they can have daylight hours rather than driving even more hours in the night. I'm just assuming. But yeah, I've always been able to park at truck stops. No real issues besides an occasional fool who's trying to kick RV transporters out because we're not real truckers like they are. And yeah, so anyways, there's some silly folks out there, but yeah, no real issues at truck stops. Just be vigilant and watchful of what's going on around you. And I'm always able to find some parking space somewhere there or on the outskirts where maybe a full semi could not. So that's worked out for me. We posted a few more videos. One is on Synergy's orientation. It was a lot to absorb. Thank God for your videos. Hey, that's great to hear. Hopefully they're giving out more information to drivers to be a help. I'm curious to maybe pick your brain sometime on the phone to hear what they kind of went through and what they gave you. So let me know when we could talk together on the phone again. You helped us pass our test. Awesome. One Joe Bear, you wild man. Everybody, this is my buddy Joe. If you watched my wedding, this was the guy who stood up there and gave a speech. So say hi to Joe for me, guys. When you and Kara moving to Kentucky. Oh man. Well, it'll be after we get rid of this house, so who knows? Who knows? George, you answered correctly. I like the idea of nights at home. We are looking at where to reload in hopes to starting to. Wow, George, I got you. So you're wanting to find a neutral location to be able to essentially be able to do day trips. Kind of doing maybe a loop or something like that to be able to transport and be home at night. That's awesome. Very good idea. Chris James, that would be a lot having the full crew in the truck. In fact, my lab likes to hog the back seat. Chris, I'm telling you, man, Ryder, he's 75 pounds now. 75 pounds. He honestly, when he's standing up, and I'll hold his arms or his paws will kind of hold over my arm here. He comes up to about here, his nose. I'm 6'2", so he is so long, and so when he stretches out, man, I got my back seat out of my truck. If you haven't watched some of my videos about that, we've got pretty wide back seat now. But man, we fight for legroom sometimes. So I definitely feel you on that. Oh my. DriveWise is $17.99 per month, but worth it to bypass way stations. Man. And so DriveWise, that's only in a few states. I really do need to look that up, but do you know how many states it's actually in altogether? I can't talk. Or if it's just in a few states. Austin, yeah, saves me tons of time. It's worth every penny. Man, I have to look into that. Tic-tac-toe, 15 minutes late to the party. Hey, man, glad to have you. Awesome to have you, man. It's already been 58 minutes now, man. Awesome to have you still. Transport Bandits, I like that Iowa 80 truck stop had RV parking section. It was full of transporters. Nice, safe place to park. Awesome. Yeah, anytime you can find a real safe place that's you're not going to be put in danger. There's lights. I don't like parking in dark places where there can be shady stuff. Being really late and dark at night. So definitely, that's awesome that they've got that. The cookie, what's going on, man? Sup, oh, great one. Oh man, dude. Every time I think of the cookie, it just makes. How could you be upset, or how could you not put a smile on your face with a name like the Cookie? I mean, the Cookie, man. That's hilarious. That's great. Glad to have you here, man. Tim Freeman, hello. Oh, saying hi to Joe. Yes, sir. Sean, 47 states per the website. Wow. Okay. Gotcha. 47 states. That'll work. Cookie, it's great. Yep. I pay for reserved truck stop parking lots. Got parking slots. Yeah, Joe. How much are those? I've seen them advertised, but I've never actually reserved one. Is that just like $5 or $20 or something crazy like that? I'm curious. Austin, yeah, it works in all states, but a few. I know Georgia is one it doesn't work in. Gotcha. What is your thoughts on loves being 283 a gallon? Across the road is the smaller stations are like 223. So ProCharge Mopar. The reason for that, why that seems just so absolutely ridiculous, is that almost no, in my understanding, my opinion could be worthless. I don't know. Is that the 283 that you see on the sign is not what almost anybody actually pays if they're a commercial driver. If they have a fuel card, com data, if they have, what's the other one called? I can't remember. Almost nobody actually pays 283. At Synergy, we have probably between 30 and 80 cent discounts from whatever you see on the actual on the sign. So in all reality, it's more than possible that 223 is really, really close to whatever anybody else is paying. Even though it says 283, what they actually pay after the fuel card goes through and gives us our discount, it's nowhere close to 283. It may be very close to 223. So that's my understanding. Maybe there's something else going on, some fuel war, which is great for us. The more competition, gas stations have, companies have, the better for us, the consumer. So yeah. Use points, $8. Use fuel card. Gotcha, Joe. Very good. Yeah, I've actually never spent my TA and Petro fuel points. I think I have like thousands of points. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I probably need to start spending some of those points. There's got to be some type of like limit to where they just drop off or something. I need to look into that. Maybe there's some free stuff I'll get. I don't know. I've never spent any of it. So the cookie, I'm looking into Indiana Transport. Friends said they allow older, nice trucks. The cookie, I would just say if you're going to be approaching any company, I would first off start off talking with them and just say, hey, this is the situation. It's an 04. Yes, it's an 02. But can I send you some, whatever recruiter you're talking to, go ahead and offer to send them. I would love to send you some pictures. Get it clean, get it washed, organize it, make it look good on the outside. Make sure your bed looks good as well. I would assume, depending on the time of year, they're more desperate than other times. This time right now, they're about to gear up to go crazy, we think. And so the idea of you getting your older truck put together, make it nice and pretty for them, take a whole bunch of really good pictures showing how clean it is, and then say, hey, I would love to send you an email with the pictures of my truck. Yes, it's this old. Yes, it has this many miles. But I can show you this is a quality put together truck. It is not a beater. It doesn't have 16 different colors from Billy Bob Joe down the road who painted it with all the spare paint in his garage, making it look clean and professional. Those are the types of trucks they want to hire. Sometimes they are a little bit more strict about the year, how old of a truck you can get. Most of the time I hear 15 years is the cutoff. But I've also heard from other people that they've been able to get their older truck in, much older than just 15 years old. So definitely check that out, and just on the phone say, I would love to send you an email right now. Where can I send that email to? And just kind of, it's almost like you're nicely pushing the door open, even though they might not want to. If they go ahead and open an email with a spectacular looking truck that's super shiny, they're gonna be like, oh well, okay, it looks reliable, it looks clean, it's gonna represent our company well. It has all 4 wheels or 6 wheels, so okay, so that's my recommendation to you. That's what I had to do for my '05 Ford back in 16. They had stricter limits, and so they said, I don't know about this. And I said, I can send pictures. And they said, oh, well, in that case, go ahead and send me some pictures. Once they saw it, they were like, oh, okay, no problem. So, yeah. The Cummins Project, what's going on? Amigo. Alex from Tampa, God bless you, dude. Awesome to have you here, man. God bless you too, man. Sean, I have EFS. I only got a 13-cent discount at Love's. Oh, man. Love's, at least with Synergy, and it really goes by your company. It doesn't go by, EFS or ComData. It's all about the rate that your company in the whatever place the actual dealer or the fuel station companies agree to with how much we're actually using them. So yeah, at Synergy, TA, and Petro, we get a stupid discount, very large. That's our largest one. At Flying J and Pilot, it's less, and at Love's, it's also even smaller. So definitely understand that, very small at Love's. Let's see here. We get 25 cents off at Love's and Goshen on Tuesday night. Gotcha. Sean Hustle Honto said he got 70 cents off of his card in his previous video. Yeah, it's not uncommon. Those things do happen absolutely all the time, depending on what fuel station it is. So, saved over 15 filling up. So this guy's using just the EFS card. Yeah, Chris James. And that's the thing, you don't get to get your money back after spending your fuel. Being able to limit the amount of, how should I say this? Limiting the exposure of that money leaving your account, leaving your hands. When you're able to have that auxiliary fuel tank, when you're able to find some of those crazy deals in the country, and then maybe, honestly, there's a few fuel stations that I have planned weeks or months that I'm always going to want to hit this place until they change their price. I'm hitting this place because it's the cheapest, it's the best discount, it's still the best pay going east or west. It's just, there's some sweet kind of loops you can run doing some of these trailers at certain fuel stations to be able to limit the amount of money that you could have held in your pocket. But at other fuel stations, you have to spend because you don't get as a good of a discount. So hopefully that made sense. I'm just vomiting out right now. So, yeah. Mine's an 08, and I love it white on black. 08 should be perfectly fine. Even less than 15 years old. So yeah, shouldn't have a problem. So wheel flares, etc. Looking good. Yeah, then probably gonna look good then. Ohioan, what's going on? Just jumping in. Hello all. What's going on, man? Glad to have you here. Sean, yeah, thanks. The cookie, would it be better to lease or own from Enterprise? The cookie, I went with owning, obviously. I'm a little biased. If you can even get an enterprise, you're going to be paying more, obviously. You're going to be limiting the amount of man, that's a long question or a long answer to give. But essentially, the highlights are you're going to be paying a lot more to lease a truck. You'll have security in that you'll always be able to have a truck that's running, and you won't have to sit and wait. You will probably have to sit and wait a little bit, but you're not going to have to pay these monster bills that do come up. There's security in those things. There are some obviously disadvantages. Every unloaded mile, you're having to pay for that as well. During shutdowns, you're still going to have to pay the minimum if there's not that many loads going out. You're still going to have to take the truck to be maintenanced, to have maintenance done. You're going to still have to wait on those things as well. And to me, I'd rather own the truck outright. I'm wanting to be a more hands-on person. And so, yeah, for me, there's for my person, I'll just say this. If I was 60 or 70 and my hands were hard to work with or whatever, and I didn't want to deal with all of the issues that could come up with a truck. I just want to say, give me a truck, let me drive, let me drop off, let me go home. I don't fiddle with anything else. I'm not the guy who's going to have to get underneath the truck. I'm the guy who calls and says, your truck has a problem, better come fix it. If I were in that position, I would almost absolutely go with Enterprise. I'm not there yet, so I'm still kind of roughing it, doing my own thing. So that's just my thought. And that would be worth it to me to have to pay more for leasing a truck, to not have to deal with any of that headache. There are people in this industry who that's absolutely worth it because they don't want to deal with the headache, and it's worth it to them to make I would say a significant amount of money less, but have zero headaches like that. To be able to say your truck broke down, better come fix it. That's I feel like there's some type of liberating feeling being able to say your truck broke down again. Good luck. Come pick it up. Give me a new one. Bye. That type of, obviously you don't got to be rude about it. Anyways, yeah. James, it also depends on where you're filling it up at. If you're talking about the fuel, yeah. Seriously, not all TA and Petros have the same exact fuel discount. They have different degrees or cents depending on that individual fuel station. So absolutely, there's a few, and when you go further south, the discounts are even bigger, usually. So, Tim, I was looking at a Ram ambulance. Wow, with a 190 would make a good setup, man. Gotcha. How do you use Gas Buddy? No, I think I have the app. I use Gas Guru. It's been a little bit more reliable and updated for me. Gas Guru, same thing, I'm sure. It's just users putting in the information, updating it. I've had a little bit better success with that because oftentimes some of those apps you show up to the location and what it said was the fuel discount, and you're super pumped. You're like, yeah, this is it, man. I'm about to save like $63 and whatever cents because this is insane. But it'll say last updated like 7 days ago. And you show up and the unthinkable happens. It is like 30 cents more, and all your hopes and dreams are shattered. You are brokenhearted. At least that's me. And I'm just like, no. Oh, I was so close. You stabbed me in the back. You dirty dog. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Maybe I'm too dramatic here, but yeah, gas guru, gas buddy. It just depends on if they're updated early enough to be able to trust. Is that the actual price, and is that the best one you can find? So, anyways, yeah, I'm being dumb here, but uh, Tim, would you be shield with that ram? Chris, it's like I found a small station just outside of Knoxville. A gallon. Gotcha, Chris. Yeah, finding those gyms out there, that's the way to do it. Pastor Anthony, what's going on? Headed to Indiana tomorrow morning. I do my road test for Horizon Transport on Tuesday. Very good. Sounds like everything kind of came together. That's awesome, man. Happy for you. Gas buddy for gas, give us for diesel. Gotcha, Joe. Gotcha. Just bought a 2019 Ram 5500. I plan on building a slide-in that goes over my tanks for bumper poles. Building a slide that goes over my... Oh, okay. Gotcha, Robert. Very good, man. 2019, that's got to be pretty sweet. Man. Seth, what's going on? Let's see. I've only done 5 loads so far. Haven't fully committed to pulling full time, but 90 gallons, I think, was the first thing. But definitely saved lots of money. Yes, booyah. And a lot more time not having to stop so often. Booyah, Seth, let's go. Beautiful. I'm loving it. That's awesome, man. Happy for you. Keep us posted on how it goes. Yes. The cookie. Okay. I must be really behind. Tim, no, but could put small semi sleeper. Gotcha. What full length rear mud flap do you run? Is it a permanent mount or the one that sits on the hitch? So Pastor Anthony, I don't have that. I don't know if I'm grandfathered in, or if just Synergy is the only one who doesn't do that yet, or whatever. But I don't have a full size mud flap. Synergy does not require that. At least they didn't. They've never told me about it. But yeah, I know they've got them at Dan's. They've got them at I think Dooley Depot. I think they've got them at Promoter. I'm not really wanting to promote Promoter, but I think they have them there. I've had bad experiences at Promoter. But yeah, I would say also that I've seen ones that are more permanent than the ones that do connect to your hitch receiver. So for whatever that's worth. We'll do. Sean, I'm running magnet DOT numbers. I see some guys inserting them into their window seams versus sticking them to the body of the truck. Does that work? Do they lose them? Huh. First of all, I've seen that as well. Seeing them in the window, going along with that. I'll tell you this, on my Ram, on my 12 Ram, I've lost probably between 5 to 8 magnets being on the door because the metal is so thin, whether it's from wind, from oncoming traffic right next to me on, out in the middle of nowhere roads, the gust just sucked it away, or they were beaten up. I always get the old beat up ones from Synergy, from drivers who have quit, because they only give brand new ones to new drivers. So all the old ones, when people do quit and turn in their magnets, they give them to drivers if they ask for it. So I've said, hey, I lost another magnet. Can I have an old one? And they give it to me for free instead of having to pay money, which has been awesome. So that's something that I do. I've been putting mine. Well, I put my behind my backseat door where the handle is. I put mine right in front of that, and kind of the top of the magnet is level with the actual handle. That's what I do. But my only concern is with whether putting the magnet inside the window or doing anything like that, is that there's going to be some issue with DOT where they say, oh, well, you didn't display your magnet good enough for us, or, oh, we didn't see that in your window. It was too dark because there's, the actual window tinting. It's too. I also have my black shades or my black insert, whatever things to black it out. And so my concern would be is that they would try to say something, and what are you going to do? It's their word versus yours, and they're going to win. So that would be my concern. I've lost many of them though. I've used green and blue like painter's tape to hold the really old magnets that I've used on there as well, just to make sure the dumb things would not come off. It is what it is. Find the way that best fits for you. Let's see. Transport Bandits looking for a good place to park it for tonight. So we'll catch you on the flip side. Have a great night. Have a good night, guys. Catch you later. Be safe out there, bandits, and we'll see you later, man. Or both of you. Have a good one. Seth, have you had to use 4x4, or do you think fuel drive would be better to save fuel if you could choose? Seth, I've almost got 600,000 miles on the truck. I got the truck at 79,000 miles, so I can't really give an account for those first, 80,000 miles roughly. I've only used four-wheel drive less than 10 times, including the few times where I plowed my church parking lot with my plow. In the last 5 years. Also, my transfer case that decided to explode in Oklahoma, which was an incredible story and a situation. God was he took care of every single aspect of it. He blessed me. But I would probably go two-wheel drive, honestly. I'm to the point now where if I have to go four-wheel drive, I don't even want to be on the road. If I have to go four-wheel drive with a camper, if it's just my truck, that's maybe a different scenario. But if I'm hauling a camper and I've got to put it in four-wheel drive, I don't know why I'm on the road. It just seems my tolerance, my threshold for dangerous situations has just dropped. It's just not worth it to me to try to push things, to try to go, down dangerous. Excuse me. Going through dangerous situations with the weather, just not worth it to me. So I would most likely go two-wheel drive, not have to worry about the transfer case grenading, and as you're saying, getting better fuel economy going down the road. That's a huge aspect of it. So very, very thoughtful question there. I would probably go two-wheel drive. Good to hear. I bought a 2020 wow F350 two-wheel, and everyone thought I was nuts. Yeah, Seth, if you're like me and you don't want to put yourself in a dangerous situation or really push it, I got to tell you, people are so concerned. Well, you need four-wheel drive to be able to really get through this stuff. If you have a camper on the back of your truck, a fifth wheel, or a travel trailer, and you're slipping and sliding with all that tongue weight on your rear end, and your tires are still spinning out, either you have terrible tires, or it's absolutely too dangerous for you to be out on the road. That's my opinion. You've got all that extra weight, and maybe, okay, yeah, if you're empty and you're coming home, okay, knock yourself out. Okay, sure. You should have had four-wheel drive. But man, I don't have a death wish, and there's a lot of people who apparently do. And nothing. If you're all for having 4-wheel drive, doing this job just for the option, I'm not going to say a word against it. I understand. If you, there might be an occasion where you have to put it in 4-wheel drive on an exit ramp. You're just trying to get to a safe place to bail because a storm came out of nowhere, a blizzard, and just wham, hit you, or black ice, or you can't really do anything for black ice. But man, it's not the starting or going down the road that you should be concerned with. It's stopping. And if you have to use 4-wheel drive to get up to speed, to make it happen, what are you going to use to stop yourself that's going to be extra? I don't have a death wish. I'm not going to put myself in those situations. I really don't want to go to the parts of the country where I'm going to be running into that madness. Obviously, I'm still going to be going east. Obviously, there's still storms, blizzards, and crazy stuff that happens going through Ohio, Pennsylvania, all that stuff. That's just where I'm at, guys. No hate, no argument here. I understand if you love your 4-wheel drive. I still have 4-wheel drive on my truck. I honestly probably wouldn't use it. I would just park and say, I'm not doing it. It's not worth it to me. A claim on my insurance, maybe dying. I'll sit and chill. That's where I'm at. Sorry, I'm beating the dead horse. That's how I feel. You can for 30 days free. Huh? Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Amen to the 2-wheel pull over when in doubt. Yes. I'm with you, sir. Oh man. Jimmy, there's also huge weight difference between a 2-wheel drive, so it would give you the ability to haul a heavier trailer. Boom! Very good, Jimmy. Didn't think about that. Definitely helping you with your GVWR. Transfer cases are not light. Definitely with you on that. Awesome. Very good point. Chris James, I had to use 4-wheel drive once last week. My thing's over there. Oh, out of the yard with the camper. Oh dear. Other than that, I haven't needed it in this business for my revenue. On the other hand, that's a whole different story. Well, Chris, yeah, if you got to get up to your driveway, you got to make it happen. Definitely understand that. Again, no hate on the 4-wheel drive stuff. I have 4-wheel drive. I guess I can't say I would buy another 4-wheel drive unless I had to. But man, I'm wanting to limit myself a lot more probably than most people on those kind of issues, those situations. So going off road with a 6,000-pound truck is nuts anyways. Pulling that thing out when it's buried. Oh man. Oh wow. Yeah. No dice on that one. Kevin Parker, what's going on? Good point. 4x4 versus 2-wheel drive. Yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with that. Yeah. Other people have other opinions. That's fine. No issue with me. Transport Bandits, great tip about the old placards. Gotcha. Yep. They are free if you ask for them. And there's always been a huge stack of those placards just sitting there. So ask at Synergy. If you're at Synergy and you lose a placard, don't ask for a brand new one, or maybe you do what you want. They're going to charge you like $25 or $50. I can't remember. They're going to hit your account. But if I were you, I would get the old ones, and they're not that old. There's so much turnover in this industry. No matter, it's not just Synergy. There's plenty of placards to go all around for people who are still there. Chris James, my landlord, has been getting me gravel put down for the last 3 weeks. Oh man. Oh wow. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, bring on the gravel, man. Just to get into your driveway. Wow. You should not need four-wheel drive just to get there. That's crazy. Oh my. Oh wow. Well, tomorrow's gonna be an early morning. I hope if I can wake up. I've been so spoiled being home and being with my wife, taking care of stuff around the house, getting things done. But it has begun again. I am going to be getting out on the road. Feels like it's been forever because it has been, but it's time to go. So I will catch all of you later next week. I'll be doing one vlog, probably another video as well, happening this week as well. So we'll see how many loads I actually take this week. I just have a Kentucky load right now. That's, I'll probably be home tomorrow night unless I book another load that's real juicy for me. So we'll see about how it goes. Let's see the last couple comments before I head out of here. Order the V. Waiting for it to come in. So I have to budget for an auxiliary fuel tank. Awesome, Anthony, Pastor Anthony. Very cool. Yeah, I think you're going to love that toolbox. It's great. Come spring, I plan on a camper up here to Indiana. Very cool, Chris. Hopefully you can get out of your driveway. Kevin, safe travels, man. God bless. Randy Ryan, 2020. Ram single wheel used four-wheel side. Wow, west of Denver, man. I bet you got to use that. Wow. Gotcha. Thanks, Daniel. Everyone have a safe week. Thanks. You'll be safe up there. All right, guys. Hopefully you have a great time tonight. Get some rest. Get out on the road. Be safe. Make smart decisions out on the road. And we'll see you next time. Stay safe, guys. God bless.